Hi guys, everything we do here at Bam Motion is measurable. So today I'm going to show you the strap and how we do this. So I want you to start with your left hand in the strap and your right hand as wide as comfortable to do a pass through. Arms are straight, very simple. Get set, over the top, touch your back, touch your belly. And what we're doing here is loosening up our shoulders. Okay, so we do it 3 times. And then we bring it in an inch. So I need you to find what's comfortable for you. Wrap the hand and slowly take it over the top, touch your back, touch your belly. Keep your rib cage down so we don't arch the back. Slowly take it over, arms are straight. Okay? 3 times. Once you do 3, you're going to bring it in an inch. So you need to find where it's comfortable for you. Rewrap the hand. Make sure you're not lifting your shoulders and your traps when you do this. We're just loosening up 3 times. And as we do this, it gets a little bit looser, bring it in 1. So after doing it 3 times, we're going to open up our feet wide. So how wide should we open our feet is the question. So for us, we're going to go from the inside of the foot across, and you're going to use some sliders to mark your spot so you can remember. So for me, it's around 26, feels good to get started for me. 26, I'm set. Leave my sliders on the ground. Whoops, I knocked it over there. So we're going to straighten it out again. Make sure we keep our spot, 26, right there. And we're going to pick up. Go back to our number. What number was I on? 26. Right in here. Rewrap. Hands up overhead. Twist to the right. And open. Come back to the middle. Keep the legs locked out. Turn to the left. And open. Back to the middle. Bring those feet together. Retest. Did it get easier? Should feel easier if you dug your hips out right there. So we go into 25. We rewrap. We set our feet back to the number that's comfortable for us. Both knees are locked out because I don't want you to come back and notice that if you're here and doing it, wow, this is much easier. The further you go out, the tighter the hips you're going to feel as you get in this position. Okay? So from right here, we do the same thing. Rotate and open. Keep moving. Come back to the middle. Twist and open. Come back to the middle. So a lot of people will say this is not dynamic because we're holding the position right here. As we do this, we're constantly moving a little bit at a time until a point where we kind of get stuck, and then I come out of it and I go to the other side. Okay? So remember, we're still moving through this range of motion. We're not just holding this statically. If it looks static, it's not. If you actually do this, you will feel how everything's opening from my hip to my lat, up to my hand, all the way down to my feet. Okay? Back to the middle. Retest. Hey, it's getting easier. Okay, great. So we're going to bring that in, move it into 24, rewrap, and we're going to do it one more time. How many times do we do everything? 3 times, okay? So we're here, hands overhead, turn, and open. Back to the middle, turn, and open. And again, I'm feeling that from my hip, inner thigh, all the way up into my lower back, up into my lat, all the way to my hand, okay? Back to the middle. Retest. Oh, got a little easier. Okay? So I'm going to move in. What if it didn't get easier? What if I used my traps? What if I bent my arms? Then don't move your number. Keep that right where it is. Okay? So for me, I'm going to go in 1. And now we're going to do our lunge. Okay? So you see where we have these sliders. Okay? So I know this is about 26. So I set these right here. Okay? And I like you guys, instead of stepping forward into the lunge, I want you to step backwards into a lunge. So from here, step back, sink low. Okay? Hands up over your head. We're going to go side to side. If you can't do this, if you can't just physically lunge to here, I want you to work on just the lunge. You can use a prop like a ball. You could use a chair and just bring this in. Sink down into that lunge. And I want you to just practice this lunge position. So if you're up here like this, that's fine. As long as you're stretching that hip out. Let me show you on this side. We're sinking low, we're stretching the left hip, and we're digging that out. We're getting that to loosen up. How many do we do here? 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come up. Do 10. And then what I want you to do is come back, get your strap. Remember your number we just talked about. What's your number? Mine's 23, and I'm going to go, did it get easier? Wow. So when I stretch my hips out, my shoulders have an easier time passing through. So the next thing I want you to do is, if it got easier, what do? Move it in one number. So we come into 22 and rewrap, and I go back into that lunge. So now I'm going to use my arms instead of using the prop. And I'm going to step back into that lunge, sink low, arms overhead, and I'm going to go side to side. So I do 10 of these. Keep extending my heel on the back foot, push that heel back so I'll feel my hip stretch. I do my 10, I hold with the right arm straight up because my right hip is back, and I'm going to dig that out. 7, 8, 9, 10, drive up out of that, reset to the other foot, step back, sink low, nice balance, hands overhead, side to side. Take your time, stay centered, your head stays right in the middle. After 10, we dig it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drive up off that leg and retest. Did it get easier? Usually, if you dig your hips out properly, you will notice it gets easier. So I'm going to take that number, move it in again, rewrap over the top, and switch legs. So when you're doing this, if you're feeling like you're getting tired and it's too much, just cut down on how many you're doing. Just do 3. 1, 2, 3. Dig it out. 3, 2, 3. Come up out of it. Switch legs. Sink low. 3 of these. Side to side. Hold it, dig it, 1, 2, 3. And it's a seesaw, it's not an up and down, it's back and forth. And drive up out of it. Retest. If it's difficult, you can't move, don't change your number. Stay at the same number, redo the other side. I'm starting to breathe now. Sink down low, solid leg, extend that heel back, sink low, and do your last set. So we're going to go side to side, just my 3, dig it out, seesaw, not up and down, seesaw, drive up out of that, switch feet, sink low, push back on that heel, sink low, side to side, and dig. And 3, drive it up, good. Now the last one we're going to do is take your left hand, put the strap behind your back. My hands are facing forward at a V. They're down. They're not real wide. They're down towards a V. Okay, so I know where my number is for me, where it's comfortable. So I'll wrap right here at my number. You find your number, what's comfortable for you. Hip. Feet are hip width apart. Stick the chest out. Thumbs go towards the ground. And we're going to rotate side to side. So when you do this, I want you to stick your chest out as you lean over. Then bring your hands up over your shoulders. Then rotate side to side. Thumbs go towards the ground. Only lean over as far as you can bend from your waist. So if you have to be right here, that's fine. Start with that. But if you can go further, Go further, stick that chest out. Feel those hamstrings, calves, and don't be back on your heels. Try to get out over your toes and rotate. How many do we do? 20 to 30. We're gonna do 3 sets. When you stand up, I want you to turn your toes in, lock your knees out, and squeeze your butt 10 times. Okay, why do we do this? I want your glutes to fire. Key to sports, hamstrings, seize up, a lot of hamstring pulls, things that go on. You need your glute to help the hamstring work. So what I'm trying to do is if you actually feel this and turn your toes out, you will notice this is easier to squeeze your butt. Okay? When you turn it in, it's more difficult. Can you feel that? The reason is your glute has to help that hamstring. So I need that firing, internal rotation. Okay? So that's why we're going to practice it every time we come up. So again, we're going to lean over, stick our chest out. We're going to swing side to side. 20 of them, 30 of them, or 40, whatever's good for you. Stand back up, turn your toes in, squeeze your butt. Squeeze, squeeze 10 times. And then you can play with your number. Do you want to go out a couple inches or in a couple inches? Try it both ways and see what feels good to you. If you get some sort of tweak in the shoulder of any sort, go do some of the BAM ball exercises to help with that, okay? So we're gonna go to the last one, and on this one, we're gonna bend our knee that we're going to. So if you look at me this way, we're gonna bend the knee, This is our 3rd set. We're gonna swing it side to side, thumbs towards the ground. Stick that chest out. Finish our set, turn our toes in, get our 10 glute squeezes, squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them, and relax. The last one I like to do, just to end this routine, is I like to open up the strap, put your hand in here, in the loop. So the way we did that for you guys, if you haven't seen this, underneath is a logo, okay? You're going to grab that logo underneath. See the logo? Pull that logo out, okay? All the way out. One more time, so you see this. Get the logo, put your finger underneath it, hold this with your left hand, the buckle, pull this out, okay? So there's our loop. So you see these numbers right here? Watch this. We're nice and loose in our shoulder. We're going to check our number. How are we doing right now? So I'm going to put my arms straight while I'm getting a nice stretch on my left shoulder. Arm straight, left shoulder. I want you to palm your hand on the strap. Okay, not in the fingers, in the palm. So extend the arm. We're working a little internal rotation right here, stretching the front side of the shoulder out. Arm is straight. So right now, I have a number. I look at my number, I'm at 32. So let's check the other side to see if that's even. So pass behind your back, got my number, okay? I go up, arm straight, palm of my hand, make sure it's in the palm. And are we equal? Is it comfortable on both sides? Is my rib cage down? So I don't want to flare my rib cage again while I do this. Keep that rib cage down while I move. Okay, we come back to the middle. I did both sides, 32, pretty easy. I'm going to move it up to 29 and see how it feels there. So I go to 29, hand in the loop, straight up overhead, arms straight, and I feel that a little bit more. Pull in a little bit higher, hold the stretch for 15, 20 seconds, and we're going to switch to the other side. So an easy way to switch, to test it, is just go like this, cross the other side, arms straight up, and we can test the other side, so you don't have to switch. Okay? So while I'm doing this, is my rib cage down, swing it across, up and over, and relax. That's our last one. All right, guys, you ready for your warm-up? See you next time.